Hey everybody, how are you all? So I've just turned the video on. Now I'm going to do another psychic reading today. By the way, my mother gave me these, which is just lovely. This is amethyst. This is rose quartz. So one's meant to be an intuitive crystal, right? One is a healing crystal, like heart enhancing crystal for the heart chakra, which rose quartz typically enhances. The heart chakra is green, but this also works with the heart chakra. This works with your third eye typically. So they're just wonderful to have. So I've got those here. Now I'm not going to use tarot cards for this reading. I'm actually going to experiment doing it just with these rocks in front of me and with nothing here and just do it cold. Because I can do it with or without cards, psychic reading. But I need a focal point to actually focus on, and that's where tarot cards are good. But I'm going to focus on, I'm going to do some fun readings that are a bit out of the box and different. So I'm going to do plants in the garden. Now, this doesn't apply to everybody because not everybody likes gardening, but I thought, well, who cares? It's just an interesting thing where I can find like a niche market of people who are interested in this topic because it's a bit out of left field, right? So, plants in the garden for however long you want to make it. I'm not putting a time frame on it. So I'm actually getting roses. That's the first thing I got. Red roses and yellow roses and apricot roses. You choose which ones you want. It could be blue roses I'm even getting. Roses are really good because they are pretty fail-proof. If you get grafted ones especially, commercial ones, you can't go too wrong. Just prune them when they need pruning. And I'm getting ones on I'm not getting like bush roses, I'm getting ones on like a grafted stem. So they make a great border plant. I'm even getting them as bush roses now in like a field of a patch of land, like close together with like pine bark mulch in between them. So I think pine bark mulch has to do with something that just helps well, mulch for one reason, and I'm pretty sure it actually, like treated pine bark I'm getting is helping with like disease resistance and spacing them out in like a patch. So I'm getting like rows and columns basically of roses with gaps in between within the rows and columns with pine bark mulch. So that could be a really good idea. You could experiment with a rose garden with different types of roses or with the same types of roses if you wanted it uniform. So that's something I am getting. I'm getting passion fruit vines for those that want to grow passion fruit just as a different sort of garden completely. Because plant an ox heart under passion fruits, by the way, probably about 2 foot under a passion fruit, because that actually you'll get a much bigger yield of passion fruits. That's something my grandmother taught me actually. So you want it under, like quite far under the ground, and then once the roots actually find it, you'll find it will just boom. So that's the tip there. I'll just see what's I'm getting. I'm getting pink roses actually from Spirit. If you want to get spiritual, that's the one to go with. Pink roses, a bit like this crystal here. It's good for the heart. Take them inside because they've got spiritual properties. Just having the scent inside and having them just in the house actually affects the vibration of the house. Um, okay. Aside, I'm getting banana tree wisdom because I did just ask if there was anything else that they wanted to add. You can grow banana trees. They actually help with main freight, banana trees. If you eat bananas, they help with main freight. And if you're a psychic reader, that's how they actually want you to do psychic reading. They like main freight psychic reading, so they actually don't like me stopping and asking questions. Unless I need clarification, obviously. Like if something's really important, I'll stop and ask them if I'm not sure, for example. But they generally like me to main freight because usually when you main freight in a reading, you do get all the right answers because they actually communicate with you telepathically to give you the right answers. So and it's a more speedy reading. It's not basically listening to words and then repeating them and stopping and pausing. And it also, that's a fear-based vibration because it means you don't trust yourself. So when you're actually just talking and free-flowing and focusing on helping somebody, that's when you give your best intuition because it's confidence, and confidence actually manifests a good psychic reader and a good psychic accurate reading. So that's also what I would say as a side note. If you want to be a medium, that's really the way to do it. And 99% of the time, what you say will be accurate. So that is all I'm going to say. Cheers. I hope you found that interesting.